Okay, so hello, welcome back to our vlog. So this is episode 4 ng Pabili App vlog natin. Kasi nung episode 3 hindi nagkasya yung seller app. Masyadong mahaba yung mga explanation and I think medyo kulang pa ngayon kasi hindi ko masyadong na-detail yung mga ah, yung pag-create ng shop or although nabigyan ko siya ng overview pero hindi ko siya masyadong napakita. And also with the product variation, napakita ko rin pero hindi siya masyadong ganong ka-detailed. So yung mga gustong may questions or anything, yun, so feel free to ask and message us on Facebook, YouTube, or on our website, pabili.app. And yun, so for now, I'm going to explain naman yung courier app. So basically, si Courier app is a whole different um, uh, app. Hindi siya katulad ng mga existing platform ngayon, which is yun yung aim namin to have a unique feature na so far, I think natapos na namin siya, yung pinaka parang prototype. Although, we still have a lot of things to do, pero yung prototype, it can be used na. And yun, so improve na lang yung server para at least maging mabilis yung transaction ng mga couriers when it comes to that. And so I will explain first yung mga details kasi tulad ng sinabi ko, the courier app is a very very different one. Hindi siya katulad ng mga existing na courier app na meron ngayon like sa mga Grab or Foodpanda or something so forth. So basically kasi dito sa tulad ng sinabi ko sa episode 1, our aim for the platform is to have two highlight namin yung two factors na to, which is number one is security, number one, and number two is transparency. So what we said with transparency is we want to become transparent with everyone and also with the whole tree, like yung sellers, couriers, and customers. It should be transparent to every single one na dapat kung ano yung nangyayari, they know all about it. And of course, as well, yung mga admin is dapat transparent din kami with every single one sa inyong lahat. So, so transparent din kami overall. Okay? So, ganun yung gusto namin mangyari. So, security, of course, we want to make sure na ang mga taong pumapasok sa app, nagre-register, and a-approve is 100% legit, hindi sila scammer, and so on and so forth. Although, yun yung aim namin and yun yung gusto namin i-highlight all throughout the life of the application and the platform itself. Pero magkakaroon to ng mga balakid and of course at the start, it's going to be really, really hard. Especially ngayong ginagawa, ini-implement na namin siya and tinetest. So, but the security is, we want to make sure na it's really top-notch. So we're using the latest technology on that. And of course, security din ng mga taong to. Security nila na yung kanilang yung mga pera nila or yung mga tinda nila or yung services nila is nasusuklian ng maayos. Okay? So, yun yung gusto kong i-highlight doon. Kasi dito sa approach namin, si Courier is a very, very different one. Although, pag kinakausap na namin sa mga investors, ito yung pinaka parang nagiging concern nila at the beginning. But, pag nakita mo naman yung pinaka whole process ng order module namin, it's a very, very different one compared sa existing. Maintindihan mo na it's definitely secured and transparent. So, kung nakita nyo sa episode 3 na si seller app is pwede ka mag-rate kay courier, pwede ka mag-rate kay customer, and pwede ka rin magbigay ng comment, vice versa, kahit kanino pwede ka. So, three-way yon. Si customer, tulad ng pinakita ko kanina, si seller pwedeng mag-rate kay courier and customer. Si customer pwedeng mag-rate kay courier and seller. And si courier pwedeng mag-rate kay seller and customer. Para lahat may reviews. So, that's one way to have a transparency. And so, dito, kasi yun natin sinabi ko, this is a very, very different one. Pag pinakita ko na yung courier app, dito sa Pabili app, si courier mismo ang maglalagay ng kanyang delivery fee. Same with siya rin ang maglalagay ng kanyang delivery time. Okay? So, ganun yung gusto namin maging approach for now. And so si courier, siya yung maglalagay ng kanyang delivery fee. Meron siyang base rate and how much yung charge niya per 100 meters. Okay? So, siya rin yung maglalagay ng kanyang delivery time. Okay? So, yung kayo maglalagay ng base time and siya rin ang maglalagay ng time per 100 meters. Okay? So, I know it's going to be really controversial and maraming opinion dito kasi may mga tao sinasabi, what if uh, lokohin ni courier? Ganito, taasan niya masyado, ganito, ganyan. So, for us, meron ganong possibility, pero why not give it a chance? Si courier is, gusto namin siyang ituring na business partner, hindi parang empleyado na kami yung magbibigay ng magkano lang pwede niyang kitain sa isang araw. Kasi ikaw kapag si platform ang nagbibigay ng limit, definitely binibigyan mo rin ng limit ang courier mo. So for example, si courier is pwede siyang magkaroon ng sa isang araw, let's say, pwede siyang maka-ride ng let's say 100. Hindi kasi ako masyadong aware pa sa mga existing, pero kunyari nakaka 100 ride siya and then kada isa is 200 or 200 pesos. Okay? So times mo yan. So that's going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be 20,000 kung 100 rides. Okay? Ay, kung 100 rides. Eh, paano kung sabihin natin 10 lang isang araw? Alam naman natin, parang 2,000. Di ba? So, syempre, nililimit mo lang siya. So, parang ang nakikita namin dito is ang tawag dito? Kumbaga nagkakaroon ng limit si courier na ganito lang yung pwede niyang kitain sa isang araw. Kaya ang ginagawa niya is nagdo-double booking siya. No, pumupunta siya sa Lalamove, habang sabay siya dito sa Grab, vice versa, ganito ganyan. Or pupunta siya sa platform na mas malaking bigay. Or ganito, mas maganda. Kasi nagiging parang empleyado or self-employed, kumbaga. Pero si seller kasi, si seller, siya yung maglalagay ng sarili niyang fee, siya yung maglalagay ng sarili niyang um, price, magkano yung kikitain niya. So, ganoon din yung gusto namin mangyari kay courier, na si courier din mismo yung magbibigay ng sarili niyang fee. Okay? So, please bear with me kasi alam ko may maraming questions with regards dito. Pero let me finish kasi sa order module and sa may intindihan nyo rin kung paano siya umaandar. So, that's like I said, yung order module is a very, very different approach like katulad sa existing, which I'm going to explain more clearly in the next videos. And yun, so yun yung kaibahan ni Courier. For now, yun yung kaibahan ni Courier sa mga existing platform. Okay? So, it's a very different one and I will show you now kung ano yung Courier app na existing namin na meron ngayon, registration, and also yung mga features na meron sa Courier app. Although, please take note na yung orders module nga is hindi ko pa mapapakita kasi isahan yun eh. Like, kumbaga, papakita ko ng isahan ng tatlong device, si customer, si seller, and si courier, magagawa ko ng real-time order. Okay? From that specific ano. Pero itong mga videos na to is for overview lang muna ng mga specific apps kasi masyadong mahaba kasi if ipagko-collect ko sa isang video lang. Okay, so binibilisan ko na lang para mag-start na ako. Pero sa Courier app, yun nga siya. I will show it to you now. And okay, so let's go. So, ito na yung Courier app. Nakalagay sa taas, Courier portal. And umpisahan natin sa registration. Tulad ng sinabi ko, sa registration is going to be a different one kasi yung approach namin is si courier ang maglalagay ng kanyang base time and also base delivery fee. Alright, so ito yung using iPhone nga pala. So, kung makikita nyo sa baba, itong drop down na to, yung pagpili niya ng courier transportation method type is different one sa Android. So, pag in-access nyo na siya, hindi siya ganito kasi sa iPhone kasi ganito yung available. Oops, ang ganda nga eh, parang roulette. Pero yon. So, dito, first name, last name, email, mobile number, and password, confirm password lang. Pero ang pinakagusto kong i-highlight dito, which is yung kaibahan niya sa seller app na pinakita ko nung episode 3, is ito nga yung transportation method information. Sa baba is pwede niyang ilagay yung kanyang base fare and price per 100 meters, base time, and time per 100 meters. Okay? So, kumbaga yung price and time per 100 meters, yun yung parang additional after ng 1 kilometer. So, let's say for example, ang 1 kilometer ni Courier is let's say 10 pesos, pero ang kanyang price per 100 meter is 5 pesos. Kaya ano, it's going to be confusing and super iba siya, pero yun yung naisip namin for now. And for example, 2 kilometer to 1 kilometer and 100 meters yung difference ni shop to customer, yun yung i-compute niya, then that's going to be 15 pesos. Okay? Pero it depends kay courier kung magkano gusto niya. Kung gusto niya ilagay dito 100 and gusto niya ilagay is 50, it's up to him. Wala kaming limit. Alright? So that yun yung rule namin for now. But we're going to adjust based on the reaction of the market. Okay? I know it's going to be really, really hard. It's going to be controversial. Pero please bear with me kasi papakita ko paano yung transparency umiikot sa order module. Okay? So sa base time, same logic with the fare. Just like magkano yung, ilang time. This is for minutes. So ilang time, ay lalagyan ko pa ito ng per minutes. So, pasensya na doon. I need to put minutes on the label para makita ni courier na this is based on minutes. Okay? So let's say for example, 1 kilometer kaya niyo maka 5 minutes. Kung gano'n siya kabilis, is like say for example, nagwa-walk siya. Walk. Alright? Walk 1 pero walk yan. Pero let's say 20 minutes siya per 1 kilometer. Then every 100 meters from that, 2 minutes. Okay? So, kunyari, ganyan yung kanyang approach. Then, definitely, need niyang i-justify yan. Okay? So, I will show you that again on the order module. Pero, for now, yun yung approach. Alright? So, meron din dito mga e-bike, motorcycle, tricycle, walk, and scooter. Mag-a-add pa kami ng iba't iba. Okay? So, yun lang siya for now. And, ang magiging next kasi dito is yung ID pictures na, which is pinakita ko na siya sa episode 3. So, I will not go to that anymore. Kasi ito lang naman yung pinaka-difference niya. But the difference as well is hindi si courier after niya mag-register is we need to set an online interview with him to make sure na tama ang kanyang information na pinoprovide. And also we would like to yung para makausap namin siya either personal or online to make sure na alam niya yung kanyang pinapasok before going inside of pabili that app. So yun yung process namin for now. Wala pa kaming mga driving lessons, so on and so forth. Pero we will include that kapag lumaki na yung app natin. Okay? So, yan. Pero if you have suggestion about this and any feedback na agad, please let me know. I would really love to have a feedback from you guys and kasi yun nga yung purpose ng app para mas mabilis siyang because the app is for the people. Okay? And yun. So, yun yung registrations. I will not dwell on that much further kasi same lang naman siya. So, mag-login lang tayo. This is a very, very simple portal, yung for courier kasi wala naman masyadong dito. So, need lang i-allow yung location kasi minomonitor kasi ni device, minomonitor namin yung location ni courier para alam namin kung malapit ba sa particular shop. Okay? Kasi yung mga malapit sa particular shop, yun yung lumalabas sa order module. Alright? So, So, dito sa menu ni Courier is meron lang ditong active orders, order history, account, earnings report, logout, and report malicious cat. So, sa earnings report, just go here. Ito lang naman yung kung magkano yung kinita ni Courier for that specific time period. Pwede niyang ilagay today or tomorrow or, sorry, not tomorrow, but the previous days. It's up to him kung ano yung gusto niyang tignan na sales or yung kanyang kinita or earnings for that specific time period. Okay? Then sa account, dito niya makita yung kanyang information. Pero please take note sa baba, makita niya yan. Ayan, so hindi siya pwedeng mag-change ng transportation method type. Once makapili ka ng transportation method type mo, kung mag-walk ka, you cannot change it anymore unless magsisend ka sa amin ng email para we can, kasi yung iba kasi, like for example, sa motorcycle, need namin ng ORCR to make sure na sa'yo yung ginagamit mong device or vehicle. Okay, so we need to make sure on that. Pero, like I said, sa base fare, 100 meet price sa fare and sa time, you can change it anytime you want. Alright? Pero you cannot change in the middle of the order. Okay, to just lay it out there. You cannot change the fare and the time when you're in the middle of the order. Kung ano na yung nandoon, yun na yung estimate. Alright? And you can change your email and your mobile number. Same with the seller and with the customer. Okay, I hope that's clear. So going back, then earnings report, accounts, so order history. This is super same with the other orders. So kung makikita nyo dito, ito yung parang katulad nung sa tawag dito, yung sa yung sa seller. So this one is nandito yung uh, details ng particular order na natapos na, yung lahat na nandito, and sa baba, nandun yung rate. So, kung gusto mong i-rate si customer, this is the customer, and sa baba naman si seller, you can do so. Actually, sa baba is the shop, not really the seller, but it's the particular shop, hindi yung specific seller. Pero si seller yung lalabas doon, pero for that specific shop. Okay? So, pwede kang magbigay ng rate kung anong gusto mong rate or ikaw ang bahala kung pwede mo pa siyang i-change for now. Okay, so for now, pag naglagay ka, pwede mo pa siyang change. Pero in the future, we will see kung pwede pa siya ma-change or hindi na. Okay? So, yun lang siya. And then, kasi dito sa active orders, wala naman ako masyadong ipapakita dito because the active orders is going to be on the orders module na video, which is I also create on that para papakita ko in real time paano umaandar yung orders namin. And kasi ang mangyari dito is lalabas na dito yung mga orders in real time na pumapasok sa'yo from the customer. Alright, so that's very confusing for now, I know. Pero please bear with me kasi I will explain it naman further in the orders module. And yun, so yun yung for now dito sa Courier. That's super simple and super maikli lang kasi wala namang masyadong ganap dito kay Courier. Alright? Okay, so what else? So sa report, it's the same with the seller and the customer, so nothing is different here for now. Pero in the future, probably we will add here, mag-attach ng pictures or video para malaman namin in more details ano yung nangyari kung meron bang, para mas madaling investigation. Although for now, meron kaming monitoring with regards sa orders module and namomonitor namin yan. Also same with the order history, pwede mo na monitor dito kung ano yung nangyari. For example, dito yung finish prep time, pickup date, and delivery date. Pwede mo makita yung mga particular images on that. Okay? So, yun lang. Yun lang yung for Decoder app. For any questions or feedbacks, I would love to have them. Please let us know para we can include it on the platform or we can improve the platform with your feedbacks as well. We're super welcome with that. And thank you so much for listening. And that is our episode 4. See you on the episode 5. Thank you.